to you all in today's episode of Women on Wealth Online Money Book Club. Online Money Book Club is a free platform by Women on Wealth wherein we read one book at a time, and the books are related to personal finance, habit building, mindset building, and investments, etc. And the book that we are reading today is Know Your Money, Know Yourself and Know Your Money by Rachel Cruz. Let's begin and have fun together. I hope you guys have read the book.
Yes.
Yes, first two chapters.
All right, great. That's good. And what about you, Sonita? Have you read the book?
Honestly, I haven't, but I came to know the perspective.
Yes, you must read. Sonika is a good book.
Yes.
This is really an interesting book, and it takes you back to your childhood. I mean, down the memory lane, and it helps you in understanding what you are today with respect to your money, with respect to your habits, with respect to your life. I mean, it's quite an eye opener. And to begin with, I would like to read a paragraph from the book. I it's regarding your money. It says, I find the same is true for money. Each home is unique. Every parent is different. How you grew up and the environment you were raised uh, shaped your money beliefs and your habits with money in very specific ways. That's why the first step is understanding why we handle money the way we do is to begin with our childhood. Because as children grow, more is caught than taught, meaning children absorb a lot about money without even realizing it. For some, money is stressful and secretive. For others, it's peaceful and positive. It's all the same basic ingredients: money, income, bills, goals. But it can look and feel very different from one house to another. Author has very beautifully explained by way of four quadrants. Sheetal, can you please share the PPT?
Okay.
Welcome, Smriti and Gauri.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So author has, I mean, she has explained in such an exciting manner about the four quadrants. And when I was just recollecting about my childhood, I could realize that, my childhood, it was falling into two quadrants: anxious and unstable. Money was there, but there was scarcity. Income was there, but there was always a room for more. Bills, at times bills were unpaid, and there were a lot of goals which were unfulfilled. So maybe those things, those four ingredients in life, it helped me. It helped me understand, okay, though my parents, they never communicated anything to us. We were given good education, good food, good clothes. Everything was appearing to be rosy to us. But there was little this tension, anxiousness on our parents' face, which they never communicated, but we could feel it, we could experience it. And maybe it was like वो सब जो था ना, वो जो expressions थे, वो जो anxiety थी, उस समय शायद मैंने अपना mind makeup कर लिया था कि I will not pass on these attributes to my children. My mother was also a housewife and I'm also a housewife, but always believe in saving first and then spending. So maybe those childhood moments, those things helped me shape what I am today. And I'm sure all of you must be having the same or different or many other stories to share. So let's start and have fun together. Who's coming first to share their story, their childhood story? Welcome, Manju.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. And here are some questions that the author also mentions in the first chapter. So if we are to reflect, right, then these questions may guide you. What did I hear about money growing up? What did I see when it came to money? What did I experience or feel from my parent or parents regarding money? What were the verbal communication and emotional communication you received growing up, which made you build a certain kind of relationship with money? So let's explore, and everybody gets to go to your, past and look at it. And let's explore the verbal plus the emotional angle to whatever messages we received. And anybody is free to share.
Hi, my network is not so good, so I'm just unmuting myself.
Mhm.
As far as I can recall my childhood, I'll put myself in the category, quadrant of 1 and 3. Anxious, but not nobody was fighting or screaming or shouting. It was anxious and unaware. I lived in the category of mostly, I was not even aware when I was child that there has something to do with the money. I used to ask, I used to get it. So it was a middle class family, but needs were fulfilled as we needed it. So I think I recall as 1 and 3 as my childhood memory.
Thanks for sharing, Swapna. So who's coming next? Guys, please open up. It's a free space. We can share anything we want to. Just pour your heart out. Let's hear from everybody.
Hi Prachi, this is Amrita.
Hi, Amrita.
I wanted to share. Give me a second. My video
Yep.
seems to be acting up. Okay, I'm just going to be unmuting myself and speaking because I'm having problems, network issues again. Just let me try one more time.
Yep.
Okay, so basically, my childhood was a mix of 2 and 3. It was anxious and it was unstable. Both my parents were working. And because my father was traveling a lot and he was a philanthropist, he was helping everybody. So he had this feeling that what goes around comes around. So mostly my mother was the one who was footing the bills and doing things. So I saw a lot of explosive moments between them. And though I did not have any, whatever I wanted, I got. But, like I got present to the fact that from the same household, the 3 siblings, I was the one who didn't invest, whereas my both younger siblings went on to invest, and they are the ones who thought of the larger picture. They didn't want to repeat history, so they made sure they took care, whereas I didn't. I followed on my father's footsteps. So I think for me it was 2 and 3.
Thanks for sharing, Amrita. So Richa, Kanchan, Sonika, Rajeshwari, Gauri, Smriti, who would like to come next? We want to hear everybody.
I want to share.
Yes,
I
Sonika.
was in anxious. I have seen my childhood as anxious and unstable because I want to share that because of my mother's illness, we actually lost whatever money we had. So I've seen those moments when money was really scarce at our home, and I started working very young. I used to take tuitions and everything, and I was very resentful about it that time. That children of my age were partying, and I had to do the work. But now, when I look back, my financial lessons came from a very early age. Investing, of course, I introduced to investing by Women on Wealth, but at least I inculcated the habit of savings because I've always seen money as something which is very scarce. So I started saving very early, and that had really helped me because of that.
Your kid also wants to join.
Yeah, and I wish I could make him join as soon as he grows up a little bit. I really want to make him financially aware from early age.
Mhm.
Got it. Awesome, Sonika. I am really not clear what it was like sometimes I was like an outsider, you know, watching, because as many of you, as I keep sharing, you know, I grew up with my aunt. My aunt, she was single, she never got married, right? And I was trying to look at what were the money lessons I got from her. And one thing I sometimes feel, I have not deliberately done it, but you know, I had noticed how every time she would get the, you know, there's something called the GPF, right? Gross Provident Fund. And now when I'm working, it's usually something that you are contributing towards and it's supposed to help your retirement. But in Nagaland, it has been quite common to see people withdrawing even during their tenure at work. So I don't know if they withdrew out of necessity or was it something they had to do. I don't know that. But every time my auntie would, it was like a moment where people would suddenly have a lot of money and they would feel like spending. That is because anytime I hear somebody got received GPF, you know, then my auntie would buy nuts, and or she'll buy gems ka packet for all the kids, and she would spend money, you know. That's what I see. And sometimes I also feel that, okay, if I've received bonus or something, you know, there's this feeling, oh okay, celebrate karo ya kisi ke liye kuch kharido, you know. ऐसा होता था मेरे को. Don't know if it was stress, but I used to watch my dad. My dad, I think, dealt with money all by himself, even if he did. I never saw him talking to my mother about money, but he will provide, he will give whatever he had to. But I used to see him sit down and pen down, you know, budget and all of that. But for years, on and off, I had seen him, but I don't know if he did, or I've, while cleaning the house, you know, we've seen his diaries where he's done some bit of journaling or some bit of budgeting also. But I don't know उसके beyond कुछ गया भी कि नहीं, कहीं पे जाता था भी कि नहीं. But these are some things, oh okay, it's nice to do, ऐसा था. But again, there was never direct conversations at home around money. And बस इनका चलता रहता था siblings में. Brother will help the sister, sister will help the brother. ये चलता रहता था हमारे घर पे. And till date, imagine they're like 60s and 70s, but till date लोन तो है ही सबके पास. एंड इधर ओ माय गॉड, ये मेरा ब्रदर है, ये मेरा सिस्टर है, इनको बचाना चाहिए. इसी चक्कर में दे विल ट्राई, यू नो, अपने पास है तो दे दो, नहीं है तो भी किसी से मांग लो. You know, they still rely so heavily on lending money for each other. It's a pain for us, you know, for us kids to tell them, okay, can you please stop this thing? They don't understand. And sometimes because they want to save a reputation of the family, because it's a small town, right? So family reputation है, ये बोल के भी पैसा लिया जाता है या मदद करने का, you know, intention होता है उनका. Oh my God, what will happen to our name? People will get to know, you know. So yeah, पता नहीं. I mean, the children right now, all our cousins are not so close together as well. We have gone to different cities, but which probably is a good thing as I think back. But yeah, हमारे घर पे ये बहुत है siblings में. My God, इतना ज़्यादा है कि pain ही है ये.
But इसका
Stress
impact
and-
क्या पड़ा, like, you know, बच्चों के ऊपर impact क्या पड़ा, like
देखो हम तो
parents को ऐसा
escape,
देख के.
हम तो escape कर गए in the last 5 years, having come to Women on Wealth and starting to say no, you know, even starting to say no to adults as well, right? I mean, there have been days where they have made this decision and they're like, okay, you have to contribute, you know, because घर का इज्जत का सवाल है. And we keep saying no now. But 2 years ago, my uncle came on very strong and he was like, you know, he decided for us, must. We tried saying no, but you know, so ye bhi. But now they get it, the path we are on. They know that okay, इनको yes बुलवाना मुश्किल है अब. But yeah, stress, anxiety, पता नहीं.
इनफैक्ट सभी लोग इस उससे कहते हैं ना कि इस उससे निकले हैं, इस एनवायरनमेंट से निकले हैं. किसी का कुछ रहा है, किसी का कुछ रहा है, बट वी नो लाइक आफ्टर कमिंग टू women on wealth, सबका जो है ना मेंटल लेवल एक हो गया है, सबकी सोच एक हो गई है, सबको पता है कि यार मनी इज एवरीथिंग इन लाइफ, one has to invest, one has to grow, and we have to pass on these qualities to our generation next also. And we are yet to hear from Kanchan and Richa and Gauri and Rajeshwari. Guys, we want to listen your experiences. What all, I mean, the kind of childhood you had, in which quadrant your childhood fell, and what you think about it. Where are the guys? Knock, knock.
So I'll go ahead.
Yep.
So yeah, like I heard everybody's experiences, and also, I would say, I fall under this first quadrant as far as I've read the chapter. So the money was something which was never discussed at all in my house. And today, when I look back, I see the repercussions of that and the consequences of those discussions not being taken. The impact of that, I really see today. And now I really wish, kash aisa hota कि, wo discussions ho paate, those things would have happened. But never was money, discussed. And I could, obviously I was small that time, so I did not have any say in the family. But I had my elder siblings, and they tried to, stop my father from taking wrong financial decisions. He actually had taken very wrong financial decisions, and we had lost almost everything. So, I have seen like very worst phase of life also. So, so basically in childhood, it was like we had, we never had dearth of anything. With God's grace, everything is good till now also. So we never were deficient of anything. All the needs were met. Everything was very good. And we had all the luxuries, everything by God's grace was there. But suddenly, when my dad started taking wrong decisions and got into wrong financial things and losses. My elder siblings wanted to stop him, but even my mother did not have any say in that. My mother was always a housewife, and she always says कि हमें तो यही सिखाया जाता है कि husband को कुछ नहीं बोलना है, let him do what he is doing. So she never had any say in that. So now she regrets कि काश मैंने तब रोक लिया होता उनको. So he sold all his properties, everything, and we actually had to stay on rent. So those things had, I've seen all that, and there was no discussion about it. So many major setbacks in the family, and nothing was discussed. So now it has started changing because now discussions have started happening in the family. But pehle hoti to things would have been better, I guess. So that is what is my take on that. Yeah.
At least learning to liya na pass se. That is more important.
Yes, exactly. Bilkul, bilkul.
And also, to add to this, it is, I don't think if the male member has, so he has decided, he's taken whatever decisions, right? कोई भी जानबूझ के तो प्रॉब्लम में डालने के लिए नहीं करता है ना. He and then imagine because of the lack of communication, any man, and in this case perhaps your dad, so itna unko bhi kitna stress hua hoga, right, that he is not able to open up about even
Yes.
even with his wife about dekho, we are in a soup and I have no clue what I am doing, and so itna stress unko bhi hua hoga, but because of the inability to really talk about it and whatever might have been going on in his mind, I'm sure उनको तभी भी उनको भी बुरा लगा होगा और शायद आज उनको भी बुरा लगता है, so because we don't have that open communication.
Actually,
Yeah,
communication is
yes.
very important.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I see that, he really feels bad about it now कि काश पहले कुछ कर लिया होता. Now he regrets actually. So I agree with you.
Yeah, and now you need to find, I mean, again, I don't know, I don't have a lot of information, but we need to, I think, find ways we can release him of whatever regret or that he may have, right? I mean, how can we help
Yes.
him, right? Because
Right.
I see my dad also right now, maybe in the context of finance, in the context of relationships, right? I feel that he broods a lot these days. He's old and his health further deteriorates because he's constantly thinking, and he is not in the habit of sharing, uh, and his health is down. Very, it gets really unstable, and he's constantly thinking, but doesn't freely open. The only thing he does is complains about my brother, and we know there's no way that can be improved now, the relationship. But I don't know how to release him out of whatever regret he has. So yeah. Yeah, anybody
And
wants to share?
you must have read also, guys, like in the book also, author speaks a lot about communication. She says that communication jo hai, it's the backbone of each and every relationship, whether it is the communication between husband and wife, between parents and children, between siblings, between friends, like on Telegram group also, like Saloni shared that it's so important to have communication between friends, we should feel proud. Okay, yes, we are part of a community where we discuss about finance, about investments. Because अभी तक क्या था ना, ये सब चीजें टैबू थी. आप जाते थे लेकिन आप ये सब चीजें नहीं डिस्कस करते थे. अरे अगर मैं अपनी मनी को डिस्क्लोज कर दूंगी तो उसको नजर लग जाएगी. अच्छा, वो ये इन्वेस्ट करती है, वो ऐसे करती है. नहीं, मतलब ये है लाइक बैक ऑफ द माइंड ना. अभी भी कई लोगों को है, जब मैं मिलती हूँ, कि नहीं यार, मनी के बारे में डिस्कस नहीं करना चाहिए. एंड टू द एक्सटेंट कि इवन हस्बैंड वाइफ में भी ये झिझक है अभी भी. अगर मैं अपने बारे में सोचूं, आई बीन मैरिड फॉर 20 years एंड आई कम्युनिकेट ओपनली विथ माय हस्बैंड. मैं कुछ भी बोल देती हूँ उनको, क्योंकि आई हैव नर्चर्ड माय रिलेशनशिप इन सच अ मैनर. बट स्टिल देयर इज अ रूम फॉर इम्प्रूवमेंट. स्टिल आई फील नहीं यार, अभी भी मुझे मुझे कई दफा वो झिझक लगती है कि मैं शायद ना वो जो कहना चाह रही हूँ वो नहीं कह पा रही. तो ऐसा क्यों होता है?
Prachi, this is Amrita. I can totally
Yes,
get you
Amrita.
because मेरा 20 years नहीं हुआ है. I'm going to complete almost a decade with my husband. But क्या है कि मुझे कहीं I think मैं सोचती थी वो egoistic है, but मैंने realize किया पिछले कुछ 10 दिनों में that I also have a massive ego when it comes to sharing or telling him things. तो money is one thing where because I've been earning, तो मुझे वो झिझक है कि मैं मतलब जैसे if I ask for something additional which is probably not my need, it is a want, should I ask him, should I not? Because considering the fact that he's going through a pay cut and income tax का month था, ये सब चीजें सोच के, but I've realized that it's better to be upfront because sometimes he comes up with this question, तुमने बोला क्यों नहीं? And then I am like, you expect me to understand and preempt and give it to you. Why can't you read my mind? But then I realized men are dense. They don't read your mind. And they don't pick up those waves which we do. So it's better to express than to just resent and take your ego to bed with you. It's better to be open and upfront. And like Sheetal said, I don't know who was talking before, my dad died with that regret. Just before his death, it's my birthday a fortnight. So I'd gone there and he didn't tell me exactly, or my mother, but the guests who had come to like extended family, he spoke to them. I could have given better education to my kids. I could have, bought a better house and things like that. So I was aghast because I felt my brothers were doing well. I was settled. I was doing well. Why did he die with that regret? But I think somewhere he saw his younger siblings doing better for his family, their family, sorry, his sisters doing better for their families, and even his own sons investing more in their family, which is just them and their wives, you know, and they would say no to things like you were talking about contributing. So there's a family wedding, somebody who's not doing well, all the cousins would get together and contribute, especially for a girl's wedding. We don't have a dowry system, but a typical small wedding also takes a lot of amount. And I was dead against it, but I ended up having a lavish wedding as well. So,
Yes. Oh, interesting.
because I feel that amount could be given to the couple to start their family and put it as a down payment for a house, you know, and maybe they can repay or maybe they can use that money. But then my uncle gave a counter attack saying, if I have to give the boy that money, why give my most precious thing to that man, which is my daughter?
Yeah.
He's right in a way.
Yes, interesting perspective there. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else who's got anything, who's got something really interesting to share and wants to add to the discussion, please go ahead.
You know, Sheetal, you know, when I was growing up, I noticed one thing is something I've even shared on the group, and a lot of overlapping things. Um, you know, while of course my dad taught me how to, you know, fill up a withdrawal slip, a check, how to deposit it, which uncle or auntie to contact for what work in the bank and all that. Every time there was a money discussion, somehow my mom would be like, इतना पैसा पैसा नहीं करते बार बार, you know, like if I had to discuss money, of course, I mean, mutual fund shares and all the high level का हो गया, but even discussing basic things. And I remember, I think again, I'm just repeating because it's so relevant to our current topic of discussion, that we were just returning from Lonavala after meeting a very rich relative, you know, and we were just in the train and I was very overwhelmed. It was the first time in my life I had seen such a beautiful mansion, okay? And ours is a very small community, so people are very simple and all that. पहली बार किसी सूद ने इतना बड़ा घर भी बनाया है ऐसा देखने को मिला. So when we were coming home, I asked my dad, Papa, हम सब rich होंगे? And he's like, marry a rich man. And that cheesed me off. I was in the third standard, not even 8. And I'm as cheesed off today at that statement as I was back then, you know, and I'm so happy about that. But it was like, you know, money is something which will always elude the middle class person, you know, there's nothing you can do. And anything is पहली के बाद, कुछ भी चाहिए पहली के बाद, मतलब है भी तो पहली के बाद है. पहली के बाद was so much in the reflexes कि कुछ भी बात करो पहली तक के बाद.
ये क्या पहेली है?
पहली की पहली. Yeah, so I mean, and you know, it was almost like जैसे पैसे का कुछ है ना, इतना पैसा पैसा नहीं करते, इतने पैसे की बात नहीं करते, you know, literally this was the statement, as if I'm discussing something vulgar or something like that, you know. So it was so you know, when I'm reading this book, you know, it is like looking into the mirror, you know. I think most of our families have possibly done everything opposite of what should be the ideal scenario for a better life. I mean, my personal you know, my point of view completely.
Jyoti, that's why I'm here, because if my parents had done the right thing, I wouldn't have stumbled upon wow. No?
Actually, I was just sitting in Maldives feeding off, you know, family money and boozing away to glory, and khud ka kuch bhi nahi. Yeah, you're right. Actually, the other way to look at it.
I mean, this is totally off the point, Sheetal and Prachi. When I was driving today, there were a lot of people today. I'm relearning how to drive. So the driver was telling me, be careful, speed mat karo, because I was driving at 50 on the Faridabad highway, which is speeding for me, you know. So he was saying, and then I laughed and I said, "Pehli tarikh ko tangha khatam ho gayi, so that's why they are all here," you know.
Hi Payal, good to see you.
Hello.
Yes, Payal, तुम्हारा भी है कुछ शेयर करने का from your बचपन, your money lessons, money information, communication you received?
Not much, but actually, बचपन में ही, like when I was in 12th, my dad passed away. So पहले से ही हम लोग को पैसे संभाल के खर्चा करो, ये करो, सब सोच सोच के करो, ये सब बहुत है. तो मुझे पहले से एक सेल्फ इंडिपेंडेंट का जो एक मोटिव था कि भाई के लिए करना है, मम्मी के लिए करना है, सो मुझे खुद का कुछ करने नहीं मिला एंड दैट वाज अ टाइम माय मॉम वाज अभी एक अच्छा लड़का मिला है तो तू शादी कर ले तो वो सब चीजें बहुत थी सो अभी ऐसे लगता है कि नहीं एक सेल्फ इंडिपेंडेंट जो था वो मैंने मिस किया वो टाइम पे सो नाउ आई एम वर्किंग ऑन दैट पार्ट ऑफ माई सेल्फ एंड आई एम हियर नाउ
Wonderful. So who's coming next to share? We want to hear from Surbhi and Smriti and Richa. These three ladies are still left.
I don't know what to say because I basically fall into the unaware quadrant where things were very comfortable. There was nothing lacking for. However, there was absolutely no discussion at home, as far as I can remember in my childhood. My dad used to take decisions, and I was blissfully busy in my books and being a nerd. So I never even thought कि ऐसा कुछ discussion होगा. Probably I didn't even realize कि और families में ऐसा कुछ discussion होता भी है.
Yeah.
I was that unaware. It's like, when she talks about spaghetti being prepared in a different way at someone else's place. So it's when you go to other people's places and you realize, oh, this is how it works in other families. So I think that's what happened with me. And those sort of conditioning, the word that we use, has carried on for so long, and now I'm sort of trying to break it, and now we're starting to have more open discussions at home after all these long years.
वही ना ऑथर कहती है कि इंग्रेडिएंट्स तो चार ही हैं और रेसिपी सबके घरों में डिफरेंट बनती है. So who's coming next? Surbhi, would you like to share?
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Yes, so I will also want to share my journey in in my childhood. So as you all had also shared, even my father was a very stingy one. So we never had enough money, and although we are not from salary class, we were from business class only. But still, we were always short of money. My mom always had to maintain accounts. She always had to give like hisab of every penny spent. She was totally dependent on my father. So this was how I grew up, and I always felt that I don't want to do that. I don't want anyone to be accountable for. I should not be giving accounts to anyone else. I will be earning my own money. But then eventually I got married into a business class family again, and my family was a very conservative family, and I got married at the age of 21. I was just like I was like a child. I was like a doll sitting on the stage when I got married, and I got my children also very early on. So but then life had its own twists and turns, and somehow due to very to so much of financial problems after marriage, eventually I got into a job, and eventually I turned out to be an independent woman, financially on my own, and not having to give my accounts to anyone for whatever I was doing with my money. So this was I was able to achieve. And my father today, who always used to think that daughters are a burden, in fact, I am the third child, and almost like an unwanted one, because he didn't want a girl. When he got to know that I was girl, he did not want one. He did not celebrate. Nobody celebrated my birth. But today, he is super proud of me, and he's like, both my elder son and elder daughter, उन्होंने इतना नहीं किया जितना मेरा youngest daughter ने करा. So thanks a lot. So yes, our childhood memories are attached, and we can never forget them, and all our conversations, they carry on from there. I completely agree with you all.
More we are talking about this and sharing, I'm only looking at, maybe it's maybe we should go to our mothers and really talk to them about, ask them why they said what they said. Like my mom would always say, save money, until this day she would, he'd be so concerned about how we're spending, not that she would ever get into nitty-gritties, but I wonder where it makes me think, has she always had that scarcity mindset? And if so, then where did that come from for her? And she herself isn't somebody who likes to go out, buy stuff. I've never seen her really do that, just buying essentials all the time. But just makes me wonder if we should go back, and if nobody has had that kind of conversation with your mother, then maybe we should go and find out where did it come for them, and then maybe it's come to some part has come to us. Just thinking.
My mom never had a voice. I mean, she never had a voice.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know.
that is the reason we are having voice. I mean, we are able to actually communicate and say and like do things for ourselves and for our kids.
वो rebellion
Absolutely, I think we're trying to
curb किया गया कि उफान मार रहा है. So yeah. No,
Yeah,
I mean,
in my case, sorry, go ahead.
No,
My
no,
mother
please
got
go
it
ahead.
from her mother because my nanny passed it on, save, because there were 4 sisters and 1 son, So, and their house is an open house. So that's where it came from, because she realized with one earning, I remember 4 daughters and responsibilities, but she did save and she did manage to give whatever is required, because in the South, you give a lot of gold, you don't give dowry.
Also, I think it makes me think, because my mom, because they live in Nagaland, but for the past 1.5 months, they are in Delhi with us. And so she never gets to know, again, I don't openly share about what I'm doing with my money, or, how it grows, or, where I'm investing. She has no clue, so never communicated. The other day she was she's now concerned, because now that I've left my job, so suddenly it's like, oh my God, where are you going to get the money from, and what's going to happen? And there is some bit of dependency on me as well, and she asked me after a very long time, of course, she asked me that, okay, so kitna kamati ho, and all like that, so tum kitna kamati thi, aur ab kitna ho gaya hoga. So she is concerned, but I think that concern also comes from the fact that I've never shared anything with her to minimize her concerns for her. Right, to give her the confidence that, hey, it's okay, and I've got things covered, or you should also feel fine, comfortable, secure. Because if we have to spend anything, and my sister and I would often complain, I mean, anything we have to buy, whether it's the medicines, whether it's anything, the first word that comes out of a mother, oh my God, so expensive. Oh, medicine itna, I mean, unka choice hota to wo shayad dawai bhi nahi kharid ke khate. Because, oh my God, dawa itni expensive hai. So it's like that for them. Everything is them. It's measured against, oh my God, kitna expensive hai. And somewhere they're concerned about, they themselves are not able to, itna expensive hota hai, treatments, and they are not able to contribute as much. How are my daughters? Itna concern hota hai unke. बुरे लोगों के दिमाग में ना, मन में बहुत concern होता है. And I think I am not doing my due diligence of giving them that comfort and confidence by not sharing anything. So maybe it's time. Yeah. Thank you all.
Communication, फिर वही बात आ जाती है ना कि communication कि communicate करो. बिना communication के कुछ नहीं होता है. And हमारी author भी यही कह रही है. शीतल, आप वो PPT share करोगे जिसमें वो communication के बारे में कह रही है.
Yes. Where she talks about doing the money talk. So yes, and what her guidelines, so we wanted to bring it, and for everybody who's not read it, everybody who's read it, to sort of refresh our memory. She says, start by letting, and this is mainly to cure anxiety. Anxiety comes from uncertainty. So doing the money talk will help. And step 1 is start by letting your spouse or the family member know that you have a hard time talking about money, which is why it's difficult, right? Then step 2 take it a step further. Don't stop there by just telling them it's hard to talk about money, but really also help them know why it's difficult for you to talk about money. Then she says, but do express your desire to talk about money more freely and openly. I think this is such a beautiful guidance from her, because as human beings, we don't like discomfort. We would run away from discomfort the moment we can, right? And also, I think for the other person, if we are to express that, it's difficult, and if we don't tell them the desire to talk about it more often so that it's more free flowing and more open, they might also not want to discomfort us and may not want to bring it up if it makes you feel uncomfortable. So this third point is such a beautiful guidance, is what I feel personally. And then the fourth one she says is, you could even ask your spouse or the member of the family if they have suggestions for how to improve the communication around money. So these are 4 things that she has mentioned in the book on if we experience anxiety, right? And how we may go about it. So Prachi and I put our brains together, and we were looking at, okay, so if we are to communicate something like this, then how may we go about it? So let's say it's a spouse we're talking to. So following the guidelines she's given, something like this perhaps, and you may think of any relationship, you may think of any particular person that you have had that you want to talk to about money but haven't really had the space and the comfort, but you want to do it. And maybe something like this, right? I do find it difficult to talk about money matters, but I also know it's important, and I feel it's hard for me because I never grew up talking about money at home. But I do want to work in this area and share and discuss more openly with you. So if you also see any way you can support me in becoming more comfortable, I'm totally open to it. What do you think?
Sheetal, like role play kare?
Yes, you have an example.
Let's enact.
अच्छा बोलो.
तुम husband बनो, मैं wife बनती हूँ.
Oh my God. तुम्हारा husband बनूं मैं?
हाँ, मेरा husband बनो.
The toughest job perhaps, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Prachi, let's see you say this to your spouse. Something like this.
Okay, let's start.
But where is the challenge, Prachi? Is there anything anywhere you find difficult?
Challenge है ना, मैं बताती हूँ ना, जैसे like for example, since I'm like learning at Women on Wealth about various investment methods, and I learned about PPF. And this is the last month, like, I coaxed him and I somehow like, managed to invest lump sum in all the accounts, all the 3 accounts of PPF. And this month, again, I want he should invest for the entire year. But somehow I'm not able to communicate. I don't know why. Why there is this hitch in me कि मैं चाहती हूँ और मुझे पता है कि शायद मेरा हस्बैंड मुझे सुन भी लेगा, लेकिन मेरे अंदर वो डर है, वो fear है, वो anxiety है.
Okay, so let's try it.
Yep, let's do it.
Go ahead.
Suno.
Hanji, bolo. He's always on the phone, right?
Yeah, on the laptop.
Yeah. बोलो.
मुझे कुछ बात करनी थी.
हाँ, मैं सुन रहा हूँ.
अरे सुनो नहीं, I want your precious 5 minutes. Please look in my eyes and listen to me.
Yes, कहीं प्यार ना हो जाए, बोलो.
Sorry. मुझे ना पता नहीं क्यों विवेक, मुझे like though we are married for 20 years now, we know each other in and out, but मुझे पता नहीं क्यों मुझे फिर भी कुछ कहना है आपसे, और मुझे लगता है कि शायद आप गुस्सा हो जाओगे, शायद नहीं हो जाओगे, और मुझे कुछ ना इन्वेस्टमेंट्स के बारे में बात करनी थी.
ओके, हाँ, तुम्हारा तो बड़ा स्टडी वगैरह चल रहा है, तो बताओ.
हाँ, स्टडी तो चल रहा है. एक्चुअली मेरा एक छोटा सा कंसर्न था कि नेक्स्ट ईयर अवर डॉटर शी वुड बी रेडी टू गो टू कॉलेज, तो पता नहीं देयर इज दिस फियर कि उसके कॉलेज के एक्सपेंसेस कैसे होंगे और हमारा रिटायरमेंट का फंड कैसा होगा, सिंस लाइक बुढ़ापे में तो हम दोनों ही रह जाएंगे, तो एक दूसरे का ख्याल रखना है, तो एटलीस्ट मनी तो हो ना, इतना कि मनी की तरफ से कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो एक दूसरे को। तो पता नहीं मुझे ये एंजाइटी, ये फियर, ये इनसिक्योरिटी क्यों रहती है। मुझे पता है आप कर रहे हो, बट स्टिल कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है कि शायद थोड़ा और करना चाहिए।
अरे लास्ट मंथ तो किया था, तो कितना इन्वेस्टमेंट करवाया था तुमने मेरे से?
हाँ कराया था, बट मैंने ना ये पढ़ा है अपने स्टडी किया है अपनी कम्युनिटी में कि अगर हम लोग अप्रैल में ही पूरे ईयर का कर दे, तो जब हमारा मेच्योर होगा पीपीएफ तो हमको ज्यादा अमाउंट मिलेगा। और मुझे लगता है कि हम कर सकते हैं। लेकिन मुझे ना आई एम हेजिटेंट इन टॉकिंग टू यू कि क्योंकि लास्ट मंथ किया था, अभी फिर से मैं आपको बोलूं तो आप जस्ट हेल्प मी आउट कि मैं आपसे मतलब क्यों इतना वो रहती हूँ, क्यों इतना फियरफुल रहती हूँ, कि मुझे मुझे झिझक क्यों होती है।
देखो ये तुम्हारे दिमाग में ही है ये बात, तो तुम बता सकते हो जैसे अभी बताया। एंड देन ठीक है, कर लेते हैं दिस मंथ भी पैसा इन्वेस्ट।
लव यू, लव यू। शायद कम्युनिकेशन इतना ही इजी है, शायद मतलब ये हमारे अंदर का फियर है। तो
प्राची आई एग्री, बिकॉज जब आप स्टार्ट कर रहे थे तब भी आपने बिल्कुल हेजिटेंट होके किया, एंड आई थिंक ये हम सब में, आई थिंक मैरिड वुमेन दो, अब जब हम लड़ते हैं तो like my husband sometimes says you lash out like poison, because I speak the truth in his face, but जब कुछ पूछना होता है, कुछ मांगना होता है, तो ऐसे जाती हूँ जैसे भीगी बिल्ली बन के, which is not me. तो देन ही गोज, ये भीगी बिल्ली वाला अप्रोच क्यों लेके आती है, वैसे ही रहे ना जैसे नॉर्मल रहती है। बट पता नहीं, we all go like very low and soft, or maybe it's because when we are unsure, or maybe we see our mothers doing somewhere. I think we copy our mothers. I have a feeling, because I would see my mother getting very ferocious and passionate when it came to us and his health, but मांगने वक्त she would become very meek and submissive,
There is
शायद ये है
something
कि
go ahead, Prachi. Go ahead.
नहीं, like in my मतलब what I would say कि I am not earning, तो शायद मेरे back of the mind में रहता है कि यार मैं husband को बार बार क्यों बोलूं, मतलब ना वो कितना करेगा। मतलब शायद ये थॉट है जो कि गलत है यार। अगर it is our choice ना that I should be looking after the kid and he should be earning, तो उसी को
Because
करना
प्राची,
है ना।
आप उसको स्प्लर्ज नहीं कर रहे हो, आप अपने लिए डायमंड रिंग नहीं खरीद रहे हो, वो मतलब विच माइट बी अ लग्जरी। आप बस अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट पर्सपेक्टिव से बात कर रहे हो, बट आई टोटली गेट यू, बिकॉज मैं तो एक्स्ट्रा मनी में ही हेजिटेट करती हूँ, इन्वेस्टमेंट की तो दूर की बात।
Somewhere I think, of course, whether I deserve it, whether it's my right or not, I think those messages keep coming, and the more we raise, and which is where all of these conversations we do help us raise our awareness. Because if at that point the message I'm giving myself is, I am not the right person to tell him this, then how can we switch that language? And somewhere in one of the trainings, landmark trainings I attended, हमें एक practice करवाया था, when you know the answer is a yes and when you know the answer is a no, right? कि just watch yourself, what's our approach, what is our body language, when we know कि ये तो answer तो yes ही होना है. It's very different, right? And जब answer शायद no आएगा, ऐसा होता है, again our language, our tone, the level of confidence, very very our body language very very different. So वहां पे हमें practice करवाया था कि observe, and wherever it is present, like talk, that it is going to be a yes, maybe it's going to be a no as well, the response, Hannah, but just watch your body, watch your emotions at that point. Earlier on when Prachi and I were preparing, and the book also talks about how emotionally charged we get, and even in the role play setup, Prachi was getting really emotionally charged, because somewhere it was like shayad ye sunenge nahi mere ko, so that was happening. So the communication aspect is something that we often deal with, but what I have loved so far about the book is how she's touching upon very in a really subtle, in a really beautiful way, articulating the emotional sides, and really that balancing out is something we got to bring, है ना?
I could totally relate to Prachi's. Look me in the eye and talk to me, because most husbands, you don't know whether they're looking at the laptop or the phone. You know, she wanted his complete attention. And Sheetal, this already always landmark का जो है वो बहुत important सिर पे रहता है. Like it's always there in your back of your mind. So basically, that's where she comes from, and I think we all operate from there.
Yeah. But
this is, I think, Sheetal, very useful for people like me. I mean, I still don't know whether I will ever get married or no, because I'm at that age and stage of life where I think I've quite settled with, wherever I stand. But I'm a very, Amrita shared, a very in the face and thoda, muh pe bolne wala type.
I got married at 41.
Okay. Okay.
You have hope.
No, more than the hope, I think this is quite a pointer कि किसी तरह प्यार से बात करनी है. Otherwise, I'm someone like, I shouldn't sound like a हफ्ता वसूली करने वाला discussing money, because we're talking to a family member, so it has to, to set the stage.
Yeah.
ताकि एक हाँ निकले, basically.
Yes.
So.
And also when we were preparing, Prachi and I, when we were preparing, and when last week we shared how, it may not, of course, there may be many stages to this one conversation as well, right? Preparing the person to even receive in small pieces the information that we're giving and all of that. So, so yes, the willingness to talk about it is very important, huh?
And I think putting facts in a logical sequence, I think that also helps. Like how Prachi, shared her fears, which are so real. I mean, I'm not married, I don't have kids, but I could still relate to that feeling, because I mean, insecurity is the same in us. So yeah, I think instead of just coming to the point, putting the reasons as to why she's bringing up the topic. I think, because even men have something going on in their head. They don't speak. हम तो फिर भी बोल के निकाल देते हैं system से. But the men don't speak. So
they just speak out. Don't worry about things. I'll see to it. Don't attitude रहता है. You don't think much about the money terms. You would say in that way.
They appear very nonchalant, but होता नहीं है. वो हमसे ज़्यादा worry करते हैं, because उनको सारे bills उनको pay करने पड़ते हैं.
Yes.
उनको पता होता है, उन्होंने ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर किया होता है, लेकिन क्योंकि हमने पढ़ा है, अब हमारे पास भी नॉलेज आ गई है, तो हमको लगता है कि नहीं यार, हमारी भी तो सुनो, जो हम कह रहे हैं वो भी करो. दैट इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट. एटलीस्ट डाइवर्सिफाई, बिकॉज आदमियों का क्या होता है, बिकॉज इन केस ऑफ माई हस्बैंड, ही ओनली बिलीव्स इन प्रॉपर्टी, कि ठीक है प्रॉपर्टी खरीद लिया, वो ये वाली प्रॉपर्टी 10 साल बाद के लिए है, ये वाली 20 साल बाद के लिए है. बट what they don't understand is कि property is not liquid. वो instant आपको पैसा नहीं देगी. अभी कोविड के टाइम में प्रॉपर्टी ने पैसा नहीं दिया, जो आपके बैंक में पैसा था ना, वही काम आया. तो वो शायद थोड़े से फियर्स है, और वो शायद नॉलेज से आए हैं. तो और मुझे लगता है कि मैं इस स्टेज पे 20 साल में पहुंची हूँ. अगर यही मेरे साथ 20 साल पहले होता, जब मेरी शादी हुई थी, तब तो शायद वो लड़ाई हो गई होती. तब तो बात हुई नहीं होती. तो yes, it's the stages of communication जो इस stage तक पहुंचे हैं हम लोग.
Yeah, and whatever, I think as women, because just yesterday we were speaking to a young woman from Nagaland. She has a kid, right? And the husband says the same thing. He doesn't have a stable job. That मैं देख लूंगा, but from where? And we must not take these things on face value कि अगर उसने बोला, yet we have to explore, because he may say out of whatever to give us comfort, but I think it becomes as a partner, it becomes important that we take care by just finding ways. पहले तो it's easy to say go and talk about it, but if the woman is not equipped to talk about it, then woman better find ways to start that conversation, because if it hits hard, it's going to hit both of them, right? And plus, if there are kids, it's going to hit the kids as well. Anything that goes down negatively financially. So ये men का जो होता है, they may say with good intention, but again, I think there are enough examples to to say that we must not just say yes to that, but we must keep exploring communication and really bring it to a point where you can have comfortable conversation and realistically have that conversation, Hannah. So it's not always easy, but
It's already
try.
55. So should we read today, or we should, let's continue with the discussion and
Yeah.
read apne aap se?
Yes. Looks like some of you are way ahead, and some of you will have to catch up. But it's an easy read, no doubt, Hannah. It's an easy read,
Mhm.
beautifully written. And we were not sure whether or not we should be picking this book up, but I think we're glad we did.
And it resonates with each one of us because it's talking about something which is live and happened with all of us at some point of our lives.
Yes,
In a lot of ways, I find it better than Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Because it speaks about human behavior and human characteristics rather than something that's a very like acha. Because I found Rich Dad Poor Dad a little too. I know, so I am doing. That little distance is there. Whereas this is written obviously from a woman who has gone through the whole emotions of not doing, and then she's gone and become somebody now. So she knows the whole process. Whereas this guy, I don't know, I don't know what to say, but in a very typical privileged background, because he had the resources and he grew up in a time where it was possible to do whatever he was doing. Whereas this book is very recent because it does mention the COVID crisis also. So later on. So and obviously women see things differently. We do. We have our own inhibitions, we have our own conditionings, we have our own way of doing things, which is obviously it's like a compliment to how the man thinks. It's always like a parallel thing. So this for me is more accessible, more relatable to what Rich Dad Poor Dad speaks about.
To sum up what Spriti said, it is basically deep dive versus skimming over.
And he the way he wrote it also is as if, I did all this because I am smart enough to see all this, Whereas she's telling us how to think. She's telling us to go deep into that hidden fear in us that we are not good enough, we don't know enough, we don't have the knowledge and the capacity that society has inculcated in us to do so. Because all these fears that we have about talking to our spouses, all these fears that our parents have about money, about discussing their fears, men and women, it's all due to conditioning. And that conditioning is a result of past fears. Right? So this is when we start with understanding why the fear is, then we can go ahead and acknowledge that, okay, this is my fear, this is what I have to do to overcome the fear, and then these are the steps I will take in order to overcome the fear that I have. So she actually goes to the root cause of why we have that fear. And it all boils down to a condition.
और conditioning से वो ऊपर भी उठाती है ना, conditioning,
Of
she
course.
explains
Yes.
conditioning and then she
Yes.
tells us, okay, because of this, we should not continue in this manner, we should change.
Correct. And the biggest fear that all of us have is that we overthink stuff. All of us do. I mean, this is, I think, one thing that we women are taught to do. Socho, 10 baar, 100 baar, socho. But we do not take the action because of that conditioning and fear. So overthinking is good because we do our research. But then when it comes to taking action, that fear always holds us back. Which is what she's teaching us to acknowledge. And then I think as we go ahead, she teaches us to overcome it as well. So yeah. So
yeah, this is a beautiful book. I think Kushali recommended this book to us, Sheetal?
Not sure about it. But this has been
whosoever stumbled on this book, it's a beautiful find. It's really worth it.
So do invite your friends as well to read this book. to invite them to the community, and of course keep inviting them. I think we had an exciting decoding session as well this morning. So do catch up if you haven't had the time to look at the recorded video. But great discussion. Thank you all for opening up and sharing your experiences. We will see you guys. We are reading chapters 3, 4, and 5.
3, 4, 5, yeah.
Yes, in the upcoming meet. And and keep recommending Women on Wealth. We are doing an introduction to stock investing tomorrow. If you have friends who would like to explore it, we are doing it at 12:30 tomorrow. Reach out to me in case you want to send anybody. And Sunday, of course, we are doing the introduction to money gym at 11. Again, send your referrals to me if you have anyone you would like to see taking charge of our money life. Okay, so great. Thank you all. Lots of love. And yes,
and
wow,
keep on sharing in the Telegram group. Whatever you find relevant, whatever you love it, please keep on sharing.
Yes, at 8 o'clock, Financial Friday quiz. Have a great evening, everyone. Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.